All right. Hello. How are you, everybody, boys and girls? Good morning here in Mexico. Good afternoon in anywhere else between Tennessee and Kentucky. With my man Jung Park, he's a very innovative guy. So this is the first volley talk that we are doing while the guest is driving.
Hi, everybody.
He's driving from Knoxville to his home in Williamsburg, Kentucky. You can trace him in Google Maps over Highway 75. So it's great to have you here, John. It's not the way that I was expected, but it's great to have you here.
No, thanks for having me. And I'm sorry about me driving. I just had a couple of emergencies this morning.
Ah, no problem. It's okay. The most important thing is that you are here.
Happy to be here.
So what happened? I was aware that you had to be refereeing in Atlanta.
Yeah, so I had college matches scheduled. It was supposed to be involving three teams. One of the teams, unfortunately, had some COVID test positives on their team. So we played a match between Georgia Tech and Boston College last night in Atlanta, but due to the third team having positives, we had to cancel today's match and Sunday's match. And I also had a lot of phone calls this morning for some matches that I assigned back in New England that had issues with COVID stuff. So I know everybody's dealing with COVID issues all around the world right now. And unfortunately, it's still very much in play. And so I hope that everybody's, staying well and stay healthy and wear your mask.
Yeah, I know. Well, COVID has been a hard thing for the last year for every one of us. Here in Mexico is no different, a lot of people want to go back to the court to make some to play ball. We have to be a little more patient.
Yes. It's been very difficult. So in US, I think last couple of months, so February, March, we've been able to start playing again. It's been very nice to get back to it because we literally spent about 9-10 months without seeing any volleyball action. There were only certain states that were allowed to even have practices. Many other places you could not do anything. So it's just it has been very nice. Even with all the difficulties, being able to travel again and start, see volleyball players and coaches and even some limited fans.
Yeah, I know. And well, we'll talk obviously about Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. You were the star referee the weeks 1 and 2. Yeah, we will talk a little about that. It's on Wednesday. I host Cassidy Lickman, this player from Athleticism Volleyball. But it's very interesting also to have the referee point of view. Okay, so where are you right now, Young? In the border of Tennessee and Kentucky, or what?
I'm still in Tennessee. I still probably have about 40 miles or so until the borders. I don't. Let me correct that. I probably still have about an hour and 30 to go. So, yeah, just driving through the middle of nowhere.
Wow. Okay, it's great. It's great that you are working as a referee. It's great that the volleyball is coming back a little slow, but it's great. It's great to have you here, John. Thanks a lot. John, please tell us something about your beginnings in volleyball. Did you play volleyball, played club volleyball? You were an NCAA star or MVP or what? How was your transition to be a referee?
No, so yeah, I did play club volleyball. My first introduction to volleyball was 9-man. nine-man Chinese league style. So a lot of Asians love playing nine-man volleyball. So that's actually how I learned it. So we would play on concrete. In any concrete parking lot we can find, we put up the net. That's how I learned it. And then when I got to college, I played club ball at University of Connecticut. I was okay. I played with a lot of really good players. Key to successful volleyball, I think, is play with better players so you can win. And then and then I played with on some other amateur club teams after my graduation. And then I got into coaching. And I actually got into officiating because of my job. I worked as a intramural director at University of Connecticut after my graduation, and part of my responsibility was to teach young students how to officiate intramural games within the school system. So I thought if I'm going to teach somebody how to do something, I better know how to do it myself. So I went to classes and went to certification courses and got certified to officiate in basketball, volleyball, softball, and soccer. That's how I got into officiating.
Why did you decide for volleyball?
It just came naturally, and I just had it was a lot of fun. I actually also officiated basketball for 20 years. So basketball, for basketball officiating, I used to call it paid exercise. I like the fact that I had to run a lot. You get to sweat, so I like that. But I don't know. I always enjoyed volleyball. I always loved the game, so it was, and once I think I hit my 30s, when I start having little injuries here and there, I wanted to stay in the game, so officiating was a good way to do so.
Great. And which year are we talking for this?
My first year I got certified was 1997.
Okay. It was 24 years ago.
Yeah, don't remind me.
And what happened next? Well, you remember we met 2 years ago in Colima in Pan Am Cup.
Yeah.
You were there as a referee. I was there working as a DJ. I really enjoyed that tournament. How did you get, or when did you start the dream to become an international volleyball referee?
Yeah, so I went to a conference, like a referee conference in U.S., and I think it was held in San Antonio, Texas, in maybe early in like 2005, 2006, maybe around that time. And Mr. Tom Blue, if you know, yeah. So he actually did a presentation in front of everybody about FIVB and international officiating, and I just, I listened to his presentation, and I said to myself, if I'm gonna do something, I really want to be good at it, and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna really try and see where it takes me. And I talked to him after the presentation, and so that's how I got involved. And I said, he told me, hey, you should go to a couple of courses or camps, referee camps that I can go try. And I got my national certification in 2004. And I think my junior national in 2004, 2006 was my national. And I kept on waiting, and I wasn't sure at the time if I was gonna have an opportunity to attend the IRCC, the International Referee Candidate course. and because I was getting very close to the age limit, and I really wasn't sure. You know, there are a lot of good referees that all want to become international referee. So I just wasn't sure if I was gonna get a shot, and I kept on waiting, and it was not fun time for me. But I got the call finally, and in 2010 to go to Argentina for a course, and rest is history. I just have been very fortunate enough to experience a lot of NORCECA events, Pan Am events, some World Deaf Championships, and everything else. It's just been an honor, and I just feel very fortunate overall to just have all these experiences that I never thought I would get.
That was the same course in Argentina that Marie Carmen Duran attended, right?
Yes. There are a lot of actually. I think there were about 22 or 24 of us in that class, and there are quite a few what I call famous referees in that class that are already, that have already worked, world championships and high level competitions, like Karina Rene from Argentina, who was
World Cup referee.
Yes, who is the first female referee from Argentina.
And the birthday of Karina was on Thursday.
Yes, correct. And Maria from Mexico was in my class. It was awesome. I had a couple of guys from Serbia that I roomed with, and Andrew from Canada.
Andrew.
We say, we still talk, and it was just an awesome experience.
Yeah, I think that one of the best things that volleyball bring to all of us is the friendships you make, right?
Without a doubt. As much as it is about volleyball and the game and all that, but the best thing about anything that volleyball has to offer is all the relationships you build, and the awesome friendship you get to experience at different setting, all because we have this big connection to game of volleyball.
Like we right now that we are connected right here because we met 2 years ago in Colima.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Hey, Jung. Yeah, I gotta tell that Jung Park is an FIVB international referee. He has worked in Pan Am Cup Men's Senior, Pan Am Cup Women's Senior, Pan Am Cup Under 20 Women's, NORCECA Champions Cup, NORCECA Continental Cup Under 20, Pan American Deaf Volleyball Championship, and FIVB World League referee as a reserve and challenge referee. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Sounds about right.
Perfect. Well, you have mentioned a great name in international refereeing, USA refereeing, like Tom Blue. You have great people up there, like Patty Wolf, like Ron Stahl, like Paul Albright, a lot of great people. Patricia Salvatore a few years ago.
Of course, yeah. No, like I said, it's just been awesome being able to work with all of them throughout the years. Just trying to learn, one or two things here and there every time I get to work with them. I think I probably learned more from just watching people, high-level referees work in person as well as on TV. On TV or YouTube, you watch them, and then you watch how they deal with the difficult situations. Also, how they manage the games. And I think one of the things that always stands out with any high-level referees is the level of confidence and level of how smoothly they can manage the game. Even if the things don't go well, they are always to remain calm and deal with things. So I try to watch that, watch how they deal with people, and try to better my game.
Jung, which of all those referees has American or international has become a more role model for you?
Well, of course, yeah.
An inspiration.
I mean, yeah, no, and I mean, you know, and I think it doesn't even just, it's not, you know, every time I work at an event, whether it's USA or international, you know, like I got to work with the likes of, you know, Dennis Cespedes, you know, Yuri Ramirez, you know, all those people like that. I mean, you know, there are tons of people out there that I just learned every time I meet them. I am always surprised. I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm always amazed at how nice these people are and how genuine they are to your development as a referee and you as a friend. And you know, it just I can't even explain it. It's just it's a great community of referees we have. And one thing, just going a little bit side off the topic, the one thing that I always appreciate about international game compared to, you know, like let's say what happens in USA in some of the leagues, is the respect, the level of respect that everybody shows, and in international game. I really appreciate that. You know, I think it's about the game. It's about the players. You know, it's never about a, you know, coach. It's not about a referee. It's always about giving the proper respect to the game itself. And, you know, so yeah, that's one thing that I always take away from international game. And I really like the fact that we have all these protocols and things to ensure that fairness to all events and, you know, stuff like that.
We have some comments in the chat of Facebook, and Elena Rosas from Mexico says, great interview. And I think it's a friend of you, Henry Chen. Henry Chen says, shoot out to 9 men.
Yeah, my brother, my cousin, Henry Chen. No, I'm just kidding. he's a good friend. And he's a very good referee as well.
Right. Jung, what do you think are the biggest differences you have found between USA volleyball, maybe Division I, and international volleyball? The main differences regarding refereeing.
In terms of officiating?
Yeah, officiating. Yeah.
Well, in terms of officiating, I don't know. The game is the same. I think. Well, I guess the biggest difference is how much is allowed in terms of coaches' interaction with the referees. In US play, especially in college game, especially on the women's side or even the men's side, the interaction with coach or coach's ability to interact with referees is essential. It's very important to them. So there's a lot more dialogues and give and take between referees and coaches, as opposed to international game. You know, you're more, you know, mainly focused. There's a very little. I mean, yes, there are some interaction with coaches and referees, but probably nowhere near as much.
Okay, thanks. We will show right now in the screen, where is Jung Park right now? Did you, sorry. Carlyville, no, Caryville, or Jacksboro, where are you?
I don't know. I told you, man. All I'm seeing is trees. All I'm seeing is trees.
Well, he's close to get to the border between Tennessee and Kentucky. Williamsburg. It's a pretty small place, right?
It is a very small town.
What do you usually do on a weekend on a place like Williamsburg?
it is a very nice small town. I usually go for, if I'm home, I'm rarely home on weekends because I'm usually away for volleyball stuff. But when I am home, I usually go for walks with my wife, and we try to we'll sometimes there's a lake nearby, so we usually try, if the weather's nice, we try to get out to the water, just enjoy some sun when it's out there.
Hey, let's go with some pictures, Jung. I
Okay.
selected them randomly. So what can you tell us about this?
Oh my God, where's
did you serve?
Yeah, I served in Army Reserve for 6 years. I think that's a picture from my basic training.
Oh well,
Oh, good Lord.
you look very young here.
Yeah, that picture was from, I want to say, maybe 1990.
1990. Wow.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
I have to say that Jung Park is not so serious that the pictures can reflect. Hey, tell me about this. What is this?
Okay, so this picture was taken, I think, maybe about a week ago. A week or so ago. I think it was on my way to Dallas for Athletes Unlimited event. I had to take a 6 a.m. flight to get to Dallas, and the night before I had a college match, so I think I flew out of Indy maybe. I slept only like 3 hours because I had to drive. It was a late night match. It went long, and I had to drive like 2 hours after the match, and then I slept for like 3 hours, and then I had to get to airport by like 4:50 to catch my 6 a.m. flight. So yeah, that's me half asleep.
You look like crap here.
Oh, I felt like it too. Trust me.
Hey guys, please don't go to ref with this face. And well, this is one of your games in Athletes Unlimited Volleyball.
Yeah, so I think I have the bandana thing on. So that picture actually was taken about 3 weekends ago. It was I believe it was from their first scrimmage. So they brought referees in for the scrimmage weekends in preparation for their regular season start.
Hey, my friend Tan Nguyen says he looks sleepy always.
Oh, that's one of my best buddies. I call him my brother from another mother. He and I joke about the fact that I sleep on the referee stand all the time.
And also Tan Nguyen says, tell him to open his eyes.
Hey, it's my Asian eyes, man. What do you want from me?
Hey, what about this?
Oh, wow. That's me enjoying some sun in my parking lot.
Are you getting tan?
Yeah. I call it ghetto tanning. So when I was a kid, I wasn't really into, tanning or sun. But as I've gotten older, what I found is that when I spend time on the sun, when I enjoy it, when I get some sun, I'm much happier person. So anytime I call it, getting vitamin D. Anytime I can get some vitamin D, I try to do that.
Well, that explains that in Colima you spent almost all the free time in pool. I remember very well.
Yes, I did, indeed.
Hey, what can you remember about Colima?
It was very interesting. The people, I remember the people more than anything, and they were just so nice. The local people in Colima was just so nice about. I mean, everyone. I'm talking everyone that was organizing the event. To like just people that I met on the street randomly. It was just such a nice little town, and people were so nice. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the experience. I will tell you though, when I took that little plane from Mexico City to go to Colima, I was so scared because I had not been on a plane without a jet engine in a long time. So I was like, holy crap. That was a little different.
Yeah, I think it was Aeromar. Aeromar is an airline.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it was safe, but it was an experience.
And what about the DJ, Jung?
Say that again?
What about the DJ?
Oh, DJ was awesome, obviously.
Oh, yeah, of course. Obviously, I'm not Jeremy Rouchet, but I'm doing my best.
You were awesome.
Tan Nguyen says, yeah, brother from another mother. And also Tan Nguyen says, ghetto tanning. Well, and Elena Rosas says, I live in Utah for the last 25 years. Contact me if you come to work here and I can bring your wife and you to beautiful places.
Awesome.
Have you ever been in Utah, in Salt Lake?
Say that again?
Have you ever been in Salt Lake in Utah?
Yes. Salt Lake City, yeah. Matter of fact, I think I'm scheduled to go back to Salt Lake City. Is it either, I forget, but I think it's sometime in May for like a 3-day tournament later.
Oh, great. Please, what can you share with us about the experience of being in Athleticism Volleyball? I think it's a very nice project. People in the United States want to get volleyball to the mainstream. What can you tell us about Athleticism Volleyball from the refereeing point of view?
Well, I mean, as a referee, it's been an honor to be a part of it. I'm sure you talked about this on Wednesday. The concept that they're trying is very different from what we're used to, where teams play. Teams you have X amount of teams in a league, but it's a whole different system, and I just hope that it's very interesting, and so I hope that the people will tune in and there's enough support. And more importantly, I hope the sponsors like it enough where they will want to do it again, the years to come. It will be, I think it's essential. And over the years, different people have tried to put together, something similar, a few times, but it didn't work out. And I really hope this time that with this new concept, and they're trying different things. So I hope that it really works out, and enough people will tune in, and so that they can come back and maybe expand next year to not just 4 teams. So maybe next year, maybe it goes to 6 teams, hopefully, or something like that, so that more players, because we have so many players from college that are quality players. That are ending every year. They're ending up choosing to go to outside of US just to have a pro experience. They go to Europe, they go to Asia, all kinds of players. So we have tons of players that are clearly good enough to play pro volleyball. We just need infrastructure to support it, and hopefully we can get enough sponsorship to make it work. And so even if it's just for short period of time, that we can make it work. And as far as the refereeing, I mean, it's great to have an event inside the USA where we are mostly using international rules. so we can get some, as an international referee, so we can get some practice in with a really high quality level players.
Great. I have another message from my very good friend Octavio Medina. He's from Querétaro, Mexico, now living in Seattle, Washington. He says, "Hello, my friends. Greetings from Seattle, Washington."
Hello, Seattle. Oh, Seattle's awesome. I have a very fond memory of Seattle.
Right. Tell me.
No, I was just gonna say I worked my very first women's Division I final in Seattle, so Seattle will always have a special place for me.
Hey, you are everywhere, Jung.
I don't know about that, but I tried.
I hope you didn't get Seattle by driving.
No, I flew.
Hey, Jung. Well, I think it's great that the Athleticism Volleyball League have big names like Kirsten Lowe, like Jordan Larson, Betania de la Cruz from Dominican Republic, Sheila Castro from Brazil. Do you think in the next few years more international names can go to this league?
Yeah, I really hope. I think again, I don't know next year if they will do it at the same time. But if I wonder, and I think this year it had to be this way because of when the Olympic is. But I hope if they can make it, if they can work it out so that maybe if they can avoid, like I know because the European, many of the European leagues were going through their playoffs and finishing up their semifinals and finals, stuff like that. So maybe if they can avoid the end of their playoff run and maybe start 2-3 weeks later, if we are able to do that, and I'm sure that will help. Land a few more big names, especially especially from US. But I think it's very important. It's very important to have international stars such as Miss De La Cruz and Sheila of the world, so that people have recognition of like we got it's not just US, but you got stars from world all over different countries to come in and show us what they have, and so that people can enjoy quality volleyball.
Yeah, of course. And there will be only 5 weeks, no playoffs.
Yeah. So again, I think that's how they set it up this year. I do not know how much of it had to do with the COVID and the Olympic training schedule. I know some of the, likes of Jordan Larson and Karsta, and I'm sure they'll be joining the national team again. So I'm sure schedule played a part of it. And I think, and because of COVID restrictions, it is a very long time to ask players to be away, be with even with the training time and whatever. You're talking 7-8 weeks where they're, they have to stay in little bubble, and not be able to see all their friends and family and stuff like that. So it's very difficult for players to do it. And so I think for this particular year, it had to be this way. I hope that going forward, maybe they'll be able to, make the league a little longer. And I'd be very interested to see what the fans think of the whole point system, and and the crowning individual champion, as opposed to having like a one team win. And I think with this year's model, it actually I like fantasy league stuff, and so I think it works. Especially the younger generation, I think they can relate better with the whole concept of fantasy league. Doing points. You start to follow certain players instead of just teams, because if you only have 4 teams, let's say, and one team is really bad, nobody wants to watch that, right? But because you're mixing up players every week, now you see different people, and you also figure out, hey, so player A plays really well with players B, but when even if number 1 and number 2 player get together on the same team, it doesn't always work. So those are the interesting. So I hope that people find it interesting, and I just hope it works.
But and how difficult do you think for the fans can be to understand this pointing system, like plus points, minus points? I think it's for all people of volleyball can be a little easier, but from people who doesn't are very related to volleyball, can be a little difficult, right? What do you think?
Yeah, no, I like I said, the concept is quite revolutionary, and I think it's refreshing and it's interesting. Yeah, we did. The players and I were actually joking about the fact that when you make a good assist, you only get 2 points positive, but when you make one error for ball head setting, it's -12. So we said, "Ooh, that's really bad." So some of the players and I joked about the fact that, "Hey, Young, don't call double because that's -12." So I said to them, "Don't worry, I can't see that far."
Oh, great. Well, today starts week 3. Are you going back for weeks 4 and 5, or no more Athletes Unlimited for you?
Unfortunately, I am all done because I have a college schedule that I already committed to, but they're in good hands because Michelle Prater, who I worked with in week 1 and 2, will be going back for week 4 and 5, and then Devaney McLarty from Chicago, who's also an international referee, will be working with Michelle in week 4 and 5. So and those two are generally considered 2 of the top referees in the USA right now. Both of them have worked multiple Division I championships on the women's side in NCAA, and they have a lot of TV experience. They have a lot of big matches under their belt, so I'm sure they'll do a fantastic job.
Great, and the next question is, well, obviously the international calendar is stopped right now. What is coming for you at the international level? What did you expect?
Yeah, we just had a Norseca Zoom meeting about a week ago, and it's just we're all kind of just holding our breath and hoping. And because everything's so uncertain right now, there are a few things that are scheduled, but who knows if it's going to happen. All we can do right now is kind of just pray and hope, that you get to go somewhere so that it's not a nothing year. But it's one of those things where it's out of our control, because I think there are only the finance is one thing, and then there's the whole health safety restrictions. Who knows? Like I heard that they just announced, I think the VNL will be in Italy. I think
they
just announced that.
Rimini.
Yeah. So.
Hey. Yeah.
Sorry, are you there? Yeah. It's just it's just you're just hoping. You just hope that things will work out, and it's just nobody knows. We hope that we will get something, and everybody's looking like this right now. I know, like a couple of my buddies, Nathan Mahaven and Bill Thornburg, they're supposed to attend. They're hoping to attend the next international referee, like a FIVB course, in September. But there's a lot of back and forth, so you just hope that things will work out and they're able to go.
Do you know the place? It will be where it will be held, this course?
They told me, and I can't think of it top of my head, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I wonder. trying to remember where it was. Sorry, if I'll tell you if I remember, but my memory is blank right now.
Yeah, well, as you can remember, Jung, last year it was scheduled here in Mexico, both Pan Am Cups, men and women, they were canceled. And here in Mexico, we have this year the under 18 girls world championship.
Yep.
With no exactly date, with no exact host city, but it's in the plan that we can host the under 18 girls world championship.
Yes, I hope it goes through, and I hope that happens, and everybody will be able to show up with no problems.
Maybe your next destination, that championship in Mexico.
Only if I'm lucky.
Jung, what about beach? Have you ever tried beach, playing beach, officiating beach, or just indoor?
No, so I repped in old AVP, like about
old AVP.
I think, yeah, old AVP, like back when Todd Rogers and Phil was just starting to play. So I think last I think Facebook actually reminded me that my last AVP event was about 7 or 8 years ago. And I have, because my indoor schedule got very busy, and I at the time I was living in Connecticut, Northeast, where it's, we don't really have beach volleyball. Yeah, I worked beach volleyball for 2 years. I loved it. Sunny beach, people, it's awesome.
Ghetto tanning.
Ghetto tanning, yeah, of course. I love it. But yeah, my indoor schedule just got too busy. So unfortunately, I had to kind of scale it down. And so I haven't been able to get back in it.
Well, I don't know if you are aware, but this last week on Tuesday, FIVB announced that we in Cancun will host the next 3 stops of World Tour. Three back to back.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Well,
maybe I need to plan a vacation.
Oh yeah, come on to Mexico. I will be there for sure.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, FIVB announced that the qualification process will be only 6 tournaments. The first was this week in Qatar, and where April and Alex won gold medal.
Won the gold, yeah.
And the next 3, starting April 12th, will be in Mexico. 3 full tournaments.
Is it the same location?
Yeah, the same location. It's gonna be like a bubble. The same hotel in Cancun.
Oh, okay.
But for 3 different tournaments.
Wow.
Then
I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check my schedule, see if I can get a vacation weekend.
Oh yes, please come on. And then the 5th will be in Sochi, Russia. The 6th in Slovenia. No, in Czech Republic, and that's it. And then we will have in June the Continental Cup of Beach Volleyball here in Mexico, in Colima again.
Oh, wow.
So please come to Mexico.
Oh, I would love to.
Okay, Jung, please, you are a referee, but you also are a fan of volleyball. Which players, men or women, did you admire from actual volleyball or from old volleyball?
Oh my, as an ex-athlete and coach, everyone really, right? I mean, anyone that can play at the highest level, and I think there's just if you're a kid playing sports, there's something so special about being able to represent your country at any level, right? Whether it's U16, U18, U20, or your senior level team. I think there's just something special, and I know how hard they have to work to get to that level and stay at that level. So I just admire all of them, and it's just, anytime I get to be near them, through competitions and tournaments, it's just always an honor. And to, watch them compete. And again, what I also appreciate is, as competitive and fierce as some of the competition is, when they're off the court, they're all friends. For the most part, they all, they're able to smile. They talk to each other. They enjoy each other's competition. I wish I could teach my younger players, the joy of competition and the respect you have to give to your opponents, because you know what? If you don't have your opponents, you don't get to play anybody. You don't know how good you can be. So, I think I just admire really everyone, even the difficult players, even the difficult personality players. You know what? I know how hard they work, and it's just awesome to be able to deal with them. Of course, I have my own favorites, but on the men's side, it used to be Clay Stanley used to be one of my favorites. Of course, now the Jordan Person, and I remember when Jordan first broke into the national team. Things didn't always go well for her. And she really had to work really hard to improve her game. The first couple of years to really make her mark, and now she's one of the, she went to 2 Olympics, and she certainly has been very cool to progress. She was a star coming out of college, but even when she got to that next level of international games, she also had to step up her game, which really is a reminder to everybody: hey, there's always something more that you have to work on, you have to get better at. And I think, not just athletes, but refereeing is the same way. Just when you think that you know something, just when you get comfortable, you realize, no, there's more. There's a next level. There's it's great that maybe you got to work like U20 championship, right? Okay, but there's more. Maybe next one is U23, and the next one you got to work the senior event, and which is faster. As teams are, there's a little more personalities you got to deal with. So yeah, I admire them all, my friend.
Well, you mentioned the Clay Stanley, man. What an arm! Very strong arm from Clay Stanley.
Yes.
Well, we have another message from Magda Gleaves. She says, "Jay Jung, greetings to Alex and Jung."
Hi, Magda.
Yeah, from California, all the way from California.
Yeah, by the way of Poland.
yeah.
She's originally from Poland.
Yeah, I know. She used to be connected here in Volley Talks a lot of time. Thanks, Magda.
Yeah.
Hey, John, let's talk something about your favorite teams. Which is your favorite NFL team?
My NFL team. Well, I don't really follow a team. I usually just follow the stars. So I enjoyed watching what's his name from Kansas City Chiefs.
Pat Mahomes.
Yes, Patrick, as some people call it, Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Yeah, he's certainly fun to watch. I think even though I am from New England, I'm kind of a Tom Brady hater. So
really,
yeah.
But man, he's a GOAT.
He is the GOAT. I'm not disputing that at all. But I don't know why. I've always been. I think maybe because he's too good looking or something. So I always purposely. I used to get a lot of my friends back in New England upset because they would all root for Tom Brady and New England Pats, and I would always root against them for fun of it.
Are your MLB team maybe is the Boston Red Sox?
Yeah, same thing with Red Sox. Yeah, if I had to choose one, probably Red Sox. But I'm not like a diehard fan or anything. But yeah, probably Red Sox.
Well, I'm a Yankee guy, but my second team is the Red Sox. Talking about NBA.
NBA, yeah. So again, I don't particularly follow the team, but I usually follow the stars. I've kind of had a love-hate relationship with as a fan with LeBron James. He's certainly a most intriguing character, I think. So I usually I find myself, even when I didn't like him, you know, when he was in Miami, I found myself always, you know, watching all his games. So I suppose that's why he's a world star, because you want to watch him even when you don't like him.
Well, you are not the only person who thinks that, right?
I think he's awesome because, yeah, go ahead.
This is a question I have to make to you. Which real Mexican food do you like the most? And Chipotle and Taco Bell are not Mexican food. I can't hear you.
Oh boy, that's a tough one. I do like fish taco. Does that count?
Fish taco?
Yeah. I had them, where was I? I'm trying to remember. What's the city, Mexican city that's on the southern border, California? I'm trying to remember. Not Guadalajara.
Rosarito, Baja, or Guadalajara? I'm losing you. Jung, are you there?
Sorry.
No problem. You tell me what? The city across the border?
Yeah, on the western side. I can't remember the name of the city. But anyway, that's where I had that like a fish taco thing. It probably was Americanized. So.
Oh, well, please don't call Chipotle and Taco Bell Mexican food. They aren't.
Oh, I understand.
Okay, Jung, anyone else, anything else you want to add? This has been an amazing talk, a very different talk. You driving and me here sitting in my chair.
No, I just want to thank you for the opportunity. I really wasn't sure what the heck I was going to talk about, but it's just been good to talk to you. And I know your list of guests on your Volley Talk shows are quite impressive. So I am just so honored to be a part of it, and I really enjoyed it. And I hope whoever tuned in didn't think it was too boring. And it was just good to talking to you again, my friend.
Thanks again, my friend. Where are you located right now?
I think I'm really getting near the border, Kentucky border here. So I'm probably about maybe 40 minutes from home.
Okay, let me check in the maps. Williamsburg. Okay, just give me 1 second. We'll see the actual location of Jung Park. Maybe here, Jellicoe, right in the border of Kentucky and Tennessee.
Yeah, getting there.
Okay, the Google Maps says 13 more miles, 18 more minutes.
It's scary how they can track me like that.
And with no tolls, it's a good news.
Yes, no tolls.
Okay, thanks a lot, my friend. Hope to see you pretty soon. Hope to see you this year in a volleyball event.
Absolutely. It's great talking to you, and I sure hope that we'll see each other out on the court sometimes near soon.
Well, just to remember, on Monday, it's holiday here in Mexico. I will talk with Maribel Zamora. She's the president of the Federation of Volleyball in Catalonia, Spain, in Barcelona. Very interesting talk. Jung, see you.
All right, take care, my friend.
Drive safely.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye now.